A man lay face down on the ground for 48 hours, not daring to move an inch. Behind him was a 300-foot cliff, and one wrong move would send him plummeting to his death. Jack dug his fingers into the ground, but the sand was too loose, and he couldn't hold on. His body started sliding towards the edge. Desperate, he tried using his head as a brake, barely managing to stop himself. Just then, his phone rang in his backpack, a glimmer of hope. As Jack reached for it, he slid further down the slope, coming to a stop right at the edge of the cliff. Below him, jagged, pitch-black rocks awaited. Physically and mentally drained, Jack was on the verge of collapse. Suddenly, he started muttering to himself. He was calculating the intervals between the waves crashing against the rocks. If he could use the water as a buffer, he might survive. As he finished counting down, Jack let go and leaped with all his might. He plunged into the sea, but the water was too shallow. His hips slammed against the rocks, knocking him unconscious. Luckily, he came to just in time and mustered every ounce of strength to break the surface and make it to shore. Once on land, Jack carefully examined his body. Apart from a gash on his hand, everything seemed fine. But when he tried to stand, the pain in his legs made him stumble, and he blacked out again on the rocks. Sometime later, the waves jolted him awake. Jack tried to move but realized his legs were paralyzed. During the jump, the rocks had shattered his pelvis, and he was gradually losing feeling in his feet. He reached for his phone to call for help, but it had been ruined by the water. Jack shouted for help, but in this desolate stretch of coast, no one could hear him. He took off his shirt and used it to bandage his hand, then scanned his surroundings for a way out. In the distance, a small island was his only hope of survival. Jack decided to go for it. He put on his backpack and painstakingly dragged himself forward, tumbling into the sea with one flip. With his paralyzed body in tow, he swam frantically using just one arm. Halfway through, a sharp pain shot through his abdomen, and he vanished beneath the surface. Instinctively crying for help, Jack's will to live propelled him upwards. He broke through the water, utterly exhausted, and passed out from prolonged oxygen deprivation. This time, Jack had no strength left to fight. His body slowly sank until his feet touched the seabed. Suddenly, his fiancée's face flashed in his mind, repeatedly calling out his name. In that moment, Jack had an epiphany. He couldn't die here. Mustering his last ounce of energy, he surged towards the surface in one final push. Reaching the island was now impossible. Jack had no choice but to return to where he started.